Hey guys, this is Jess with Ensemble, and today I'm going to go over our topper options. The cap size is 6 inches by 5 inches, and that's including the concave. This is not a flat cap at all. It curves to the shape of your head. It is hand-tied stitched, and there's 4 clips. This is the clip style. A lot of you asked the clip style. So you don't need a lot of hair for it to secure onto, and if you have a lot of hair, it also can still secure easily. Also, you can see through this mesh here perfectly. A lot of people ask if it has a realistic part. There's your answer. So from the front view, you can still see through it some. This looks super natural on your part line. And lengthwise, this comes 16 to 18 inches from root to end. They can be a little longer, but most of the time that's the range that they're in. And then we usually just at least clean up the ends and add some layering. That's what mine has, so that you can see the full length, but we can cut them as short as you want to. We've done a bob, we've done I've transitioned to pixie haircut. There's lots of options with this. The main person who's considering an original fall is someone who wants a full transformation. They need coverage from the hairline to the back of their head, wig-like, I guess you could say, but full coverage. So one benefit to this piece is if you want to completely change your hair color, along with a halo, you could do a full transformation. If you have very fine hair and need something to just fully transform, that would be this. Let me just show you how to put it on. I'm gonna place it right behind or right at my hairline. If you need full coverage, I would recommend putting this right on your hairline. Another option you can do if you have extremely fine hair and you're worried or just don't want anything attached to your hair, you can also, there are headband toppers where they're just a band with little slits in them that you can secure a clip to. So if you have really fine hair, that's an option for you. But the coverage, the length is coming about to my own length. My hair, if I were to wear a halo, would be probably 15 inches for exactly my same length. So that's how far it falls. You get a lot of length out of this piece. But like I said, if we need to cut it shorter, not a big deal. And there's plenty of hair on this that we can add some layering to it. I can really make any type of cut. I'm gonna show you the 360. Okay, love this piece. It's super lightweight, very breathable. I'm gonna set it a little bit further back so that you can see that there too. But this is also great if you're doing an updo for a wedding, and let's say you have hand-tied extensions in or a halo, and you have a lot of fullness from here and down, but your top is just super thin and you need to continue a braid or just need that style to be full up there. You can use one of these and it'll help transition or just balance out your style so that you're not so full on bottom and so thin on top. So if you have fuller hair and or you're just wanting it set further back, you can also do that. Any root spray will work, but if you are someone who gets your grays retouched or even are blonde and sometimes they're just inconsistent what your hair turns out like, you can buy a root spray that's very similar to your hair, and you can just spray a little bit on your part line and a little bit on the fall, because these are custom colored. But if you need to marry the two colors together because your hair is fluctuating, that's a great tip I'd recommend for anyone with any of these pieces. But these are custom colored and cut, every single one. So to get one of these pieces, you're gonna have to go through our virtual consultation, which I'll go over at the end. But you cannot just order these online as is, because there's lots of questions we have. So again, this is the original fall for clips. This is 16 to 18 inches from root to end. It falls closer to 15 or 16 inches once it's on. These can be cut to any length, any shorter length. They'll give you coverage from your hairline to the very back. So if you need a full transformation and want the most natural coming out of the head look, it is hand-tied stitched. Super comfortable, natural part, very breathable, lightweight. You're gonna love it.